as I said, I've never had allergy trouble, but it's so much vegetation down in here that's different. But we've been out here long enough where it seemed like I wouldn't be bothered with that.
So you just checking and check your blood pressure checked up, huh?
And it's a kind of easy thing to do.
So Ethel, how was Mama Ida growing up?
How was she?
Yeah, was she a stern mother or what?
Well, she wasn't so stern, but she was firm. She said, when she said what she meant what she said.
Really?
Yeah, but Mama was very lenient about different things. She wasn't fussy, but if she wanted to talk, she talked.
She did? I'm taking your blood pressure right now.
Well, it's not working. Let me make it see if I can
turn it on.
Work.
There it goes.
There we go.
I've got one just like it.
You have blood pressure problem?
Yeah, I got a little bit of a high blood pressure issue. So it's been under pretty good control. So.
That's what. Okay. 154.96.
Yeah, that could a little high.
Yeah.
It's not. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I've seen worse for sure. But you're in good health, though. You feel, for 90 years old, that ain't bad.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really thankful. That's why I say I don't have a lot of reason to complain.
So you're the youngest of 5 girls. And what about your father? You remember him? What did he say to you? How was he?
Well, I wasn't with my father too much. I just spent a little time with him in Dallas and stayed with him. And but when I was thinking about you all, Percy had a sister, Minnie.
Really?
Minnie stayed. And he had a cousin. They lived in Gulf, Texas, G-A-U-S-E, Gulf, Texas.
Okay.
And the cousin was named Felix something. I can't get the last name. I'll get the last name. But he came and stayed around with Percy for a long time.
Really?
And his sister, Percy's sister, was Minnie. I remember her. She wasn't just real tall, but I remember her being like Percy. Have you seen your dad's Percy's picture here?
Well, I think I might have been looking at it, but didn't know it.
Yeah.
I saw Nat's picture. I got him.
And
so
Percy.
He might have been standing with.
Now I tell you, Nelson looked more like Percy than any of the children. Nelson and Barbara, complexion and all too. But you all had a good-looking granddaddy. Oh, he was a good-looking boy. I said that's where Cleve met him and fell for that boy.
Where did she meet him? You remember where she told you she met him? Well, yeah.
No, that was all down in cotton fields and where we lived. We lived in a place that once was called, and he was there. I remember him and Cleve lived, I don't know, somewhere around, maybe a house But we lived in a place called Back of the Field.
Back of the field.
Back of the field.
That's not hard to find out where that is. Back of the field.
Yeah, back of the field. It's. Do you hear when Janelle mentioned Branchville and Port Sullivan? Back of the field is between Branchville and Port Sullivan. But now they're not. And I have a whole list of the lining, the formation of from town to town. And I'll get all that and have some of that run off. You know,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I thought about it after I got in bed. I said, you know, and along with Percy's sister, Minnie, it was some elderly lady at that time would come to see Percy. And I think he called her Auntie. And I never did remember him saying, calling anybody mother or anything. But when I find that picture of Percy, then, if you didn't see it, like you say, you may have seen it, didn't know what you were looking.
I looked at all of them, that's for sure.
Well, it's probably there. You probably saw it. If I didn't have another box somewhere. I tell you, I've got so much stuff. Yeah, Back of the Field in Port Sullivan. Now, Port Sullivan, that was in Port Sullivan was our church and school together.
Really?
Yeah. With the little red school and little red church.
Wow. You didn't go much to Booker T. Washington, well, back in the days, huh? Well, in Sweetwater, was Booker T. Washington?
Yeah, I went to Booker T.
Because we all must have went to Booker T. Washington.
Miss Terrell was the teacher then. She and her sister. It was two Terrell. And Professor was from Spur, Texas. And but I didn't let me see, I think I just had maybe 1 or 2 years at when it went into Booker T. Washington there, because I graduated when I was 17. And then they were going to let me play basketball the next year, but Miss Terrell cut that out. She said, no, she's too old. I know, because she graduated with me.
What year you graduated? What year did you graduate?
Oh, in 37.
37? And then I think my mother was born like in 36, wasn't she? Somewhere?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But, yeah, we had, I don't know, and John L. and Georgie, his sister, was, well, they were in and out with us too. You hear them talking about they moved to Spur and Matador and all that. And they came back with a dog dogs from, I believe it was Matador at that time. And they had 2, like these bad dogs that they call them now.
Pit bulls?
Pit bulls. 2 white pit bulls. And when we were meeting each other, hi, glad to see you, those 2 dogs come off the wagon or whatever it was at that time. And I said, Georgie, what are the dog's names? So she said, I know and you know. And I said, I don't know. What are the dogs? She said, I know and you know. I said, I don't know. And well, we had a good argument right there about those dogs. It was me saying, I don't know.
And their names was You Know and I Know.
You know and I know.
Mama Clee told me about those dogs. Say they was pretty smart.
Yeah.
So they used to babysit and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be out in the cotton fields and stuff like that. And,
yeah.
And they would watch the babies.
Uh-huh.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's what Mama Clee used to tell me.
Yeah, because they were right there. And I was more or less babysitter at that time with the others growing up. You know, George and Johnelle and them, T. And Marie. And I was with them most of the time. But they didn't let anything or anybody get to a... When I was out as a teenager, we were staying down at Valley Junction at that time. And he came in, I don't know whether he was coming in late or not, but anyway, those two dogs didn't let him come to the house. They put him in the wagon. And I think he went to his grave with a scar on his hand where those dogs
bit him on.
But it's, you know, when you're thinking about all that back in that time, you just kind of, I don't know the word to use, it's kind of amazing.
It is.
You know, you get by doing different things, but I don't know. Some people call that the good old days. I guess it was, because it was formative. You know, it was, because a lot of this, like you were asking about the, how was Mama Ida? She wasn't a mean person, but she meant what she said. And that's another thing, after we moved from, I think we moved from off the hill. That's another place. You all wasn't moving around that time. But anyway, when Mama told me they was having a dance upstairs, Mama told me not to go there. I wasn't going to that dance. But that was the first time I had a long dress. And I used to work for, like, my clothes, too. And so when Mama left the house for some reason, we were in the apartment, I'll call it. It wasn't an apartment. It was a little motel business. I don't know if you ever... You probably saw it down where Ada Pearlman used to be in the flat.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, Mama used to run that little motel, as we call it.
Really?
And
the Stanley Hotel?
No, Stanley was up here on the corner, and Ada Pearl.
Oh, it was just off the...
Around. And she told me I wasn't going to that dance, and I said, well, you know, I kind of put on that teenager thing, I'm sure. So some way and somehow, Mama got out of sight long enough for me to get that long dress on. And I got out of the house and went upstairs and was dancing. I always liked to dance. And I could hear somebody said, Ethel calling. And I ignored it because I just thought it was one of the children, you know, one of our teenagers. And they called me again, Ethel. And I finally answered. Mama said, come on down. Come on down. Embarrassed? Oh, I tell you. She said, I told you not to go to the dance. And I said, well, why? All the rest of the girls were going. But she got me down out of there. I don't think she whipped me or anything like that, because I was a teenager. The first time I wore my long dress. But I tell you that, I think of that sometime, and I said, that must have been it. My little boy was there. You remember Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Travis and I married. He's dead, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just something to think about, all those different things, you know, coming.
So you married Travis. You were almost a teenager when you married him, huh?
Yeah. Well, Travis was really my second husband. He was my first beau, but my second husband. Because a family had moved there, spread. Gilbert. You probably don't know them, because they wasn't a very quiet family. But I think I married Spike, and he and I stayed together 2 months and 1 day exactly.
Really?
And he was working, and one day he came home one evening, and I don't even remember him telling me anything about it. But the next time I heard from him, when he was supposed to be going to work, the next time I heard from him, he was sending me papers he had joined the Army. And I never did get anything from him. But I don't, you know how rumors get around town. Some things that people talk with you about your business you don't know. And one lady told me, well, he didn't want you to have that $50. That's what they were giving at that time. And I said, well, I don't care. He didn't want me. But you know, when he came back from the Army, he wanted to marry again. And of course, no, I'm not going to marry. I'm not worth $50. No, it's a lot of different kind of things. And you look back and think about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's all over. He and Travis both did now.